Hello everyone, I'm from Ukraine. And in this video I'll tell you how I became a victim of a fraudulent scheme called Web3 GPT. 4 months ago, I learned about the Web3 GPT platform via the internet and decided to give it a try. Registration was simple, no documents or checks, just a phone number and email. The essence of the platform was that you deposit money as an investment, and a robot using artificial intelligence trades these funds on the exchange. It buys cryptocurrency cheaper and sells it more expensive on another exchange. This is an analog of arbitrage trading, only faster and without risks. In return, you train it daily by clicking on the quantization button. But what lies behind this enticing story? Once trapped, I learned much more than I expected. Let's figure out what's really behind Web3 GPT. My first suspicions are that this project is a scam. Am I talking to a fake or a real person? The first feeling is that you are talking to a fake. It started on February 15th. The manager of Arlene Web3 GPT platform wrote to me in WhatsApp. She said that the company saw me as a valuable employee and I needed to sign a contract. Sent basic information about the company and a link to the channel. At that moment, I didn't pay any attention to it and didn't study the documentation. I only saw that the company was registered in London. Remember this moment. She also talked a lot about how Web3 GPT is the future, and that I will be able to earn a lot of money and provide for myself and my family. Sent photos and videos in which people of different nationalities, mainly Pakistan, India, the Philippines, and Africa, participated in the project. In the photo we see happy faces of future millionaires. Let's continue. On February 20th, I asked Arlene to switch to Telegram because it was more convenient for me to communicate there. We continue our conversation, and I ask her if she is a girl or a man, or just a bot. But Arlene ignored the question and wrote again that she was a manager. Web3 GPT. We continue to get to know each other. She learns about me. I learn about her. Nothing special. The conversation is going on as usual. The conversation is coming to an end. The next surprise was waiting for me the next day. And here it is. The message comes, as I later found out, in Portuguese. A bit strange. I think Arlene is from England. Or not. Or is this just a mailing list? I tell Arlene about this, that her message looks like a Telegram bot. To which Arlene answers me again in a strange way. Hello, I'm from Great Britain, I'm the manager of Web3 GPT. What?
Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
Part 2. Turning point. Then our communication continued. And Arlene told me that the Web3 GPT platform is the path to a happy and comfortable life. She told me about how much money the company spent on creating this platform. Hundreds of millions of dollars. As I later found out, the platform is hosted on buz.is, a provider that scammers love. Do you know who else is there? Hundreds of fake crypto platforms, phishing, scams. No respectable project would choose such an address. Arlene constantly emphasized the importance of bringing new users to the platform. She said that whether the robot would continue to work for me depended on it. It was a win-win relationship. She sent me training materials that showed calculations, how much I could earn if I brought in more people. It also explained how to motivate those I had already brought in to do the same to build a whole chain. And then came the very day that made me take a different look at what Web3 GPT really is. Please contact your manager or support immediately. After the income stopped coming in, I asked Arlene the main question. What do I need to do to get profitable again? Kind Arlene replied that she had sent a request to the customer service department. The answer didn't take long to come, and Arlene wrote this. Customer support tells us that this is because your trial period has expired. The system has determined that you are disabled. You have been working for the company for a long time, but you do not have a job. Therefore, Web3 GPT refuses to give you quantitative assessments. The following message from Arlene had me on edge. The company has offered you employment, but you do not meet the requirements of the position. The company has determined that you are disabled. I am unable to assist you at this time.
I am unable to assist you at this time.
Then Arlene said that my Web3 GPT account is no longer available. The account has now been returned to the company. At that moment, I really felt like I was being scammed. But I understood that my money was there, and that I wouldn't get it back. I needed to do something to at least get out to zero. In order to get back the money I invested, I started asking Arlene what I should do, how I could get back the money I invested. Arlene hastened to reassure me. If this message is verbatim, you have deposited money into Web3 GPT. Our platform will not confiscate anyone's capital. You can apply to redeem your invested capital in Web3 GPT. Your deposit may be withdrawn, as we are legally responsible and regulated by the UK government. We are legally responsible and regulated by the UK government. Good. We will remember this moment, that the company guarantees safety and bears responsibility. All that is secret becomes clear. The formal British company is just a smokescreen. After I had quantization turned off and stopped receiving daily profit, I began to understand. There was no profit. It was just my own money, which I had deposited, and which is now stuck on a scam platform. And I don't know if I'll ever get it back. But then I still had hope. I wrote to Arlene. I said I wanted to bring back quantization, that I was trying, that I had already brought 8 people, that maybe there had been a mistake, and that it was very important for me to work in such a company. I really believed that all this was real. I could not imagine that everything would turn out like this. Arlene promised to help. She told me that I don't have to worry about my contribution and that the company is honest and won't deceive anyone. Arlene promised that everything would be resolved. But soon she sent a new message. The company is ready to offer you a job, if you fulfill the conditions as soon as possible. And the conditions are not a job. It's to bring 5 people and let each invest more than 60 USDT. It's to bring 5 people and let each invest more than 60 USDT. I had to persuade my acquaintances, and even their friends, to register and deposit at least $10. I did everything I could to at least get my money back. 2 days later, my quantization was restored, but I was no longer the same. From that moment on, I decided I will get to the bottom of the truth. I started by registering a company in London, and what I learned only confirmed Web3 GPT is a scam. I was no longer the same. From that moment on, I decided I must get to the bottom of the truth. The first thing I started with was the official registration of the company. They claimed that they work honestly and openly, right? I opened the public register of companies in the UK, Companies House. And this is what I found there. Name, Web3 GPT Ltd. Date of incorporation, August 15, 2024. Director, Callum Chabaki, resides in Hong Kong, owns 75% plus of the company. 1. Registered with Companies House, UK. Does that mean everything is legal? Fact. Registering with Companies House is just entering data. Anyone can register a company online for £12 and in 15 minutes. Argument. Companies House does not check whether the documents are true. Companies House does not verify the accuracy of the information filed. This means you can indicate $1 billion capital, an office in central London, and it will be taken on faith. 2. Hong Kong Director Callum Chabaki. Fact. Often fake names. No one checks identity or background. Argument. You can buy a nominal director on the internet for $20. He may have no connection with real activities. Foreign director, difficult to verify identity, front men are often used. 75% plus of shares, full sole management, no supervision, no responsibility to other investors. Connections to offshore companies in Hong Kong, a common marker of opaque schemes. Address, 39 Ludgate Hill, London. Fact, the company is registered at a reputable London address. Argument, dozens, if not hundreds, of other companies are registered at the same address. This is simply a legal address for mass registration. A common practice in dubious schemes is to create a respectable facade that has nothing to do with a real office. 4. Authorized capital £1 billion. Fact, authorized capital is just a number on the form. You don't have to contribute it. Argument, no one checks whether they actually have at least £1 in their account. Writing billion is a trick to impress. 5. No financial report, no audit. Fact, new companies may not submit anything for a year. Argument, this makes them an ideal front for scams. They are created, deceive people, and disappear before the first report. Bottom line, registration is not a guarantee of honesty. Web3 GPT looks like a screen created to inspire confidence, but is not supported by real facts. Part 4. Fake Arlene and her non-existent colleagues. After I got my quantization restored, I knew it wouldn't last long. I continued to play by their rules, but I already knew there was no more trust. Every day it became clearer Web3 GPT is not about investments, but about deception. On March 24th, I decided to go further and asked Arlene to send me a photo of herself. I wanted to finally see who was behind this bot that was feeding me promises. We all remember Arlene's photo. It was on her WhatsApp and Telegram accounts. The same face, the same image of a caring manager. Here is that photo. Pretty girl, isn't she? This is exactly what a customer care manager should look like. Luckily, there is Google Photo Search, and it helped me take the next step in exposing the Web3 GPT scammers. And here is the photo that Arlene sent me on Telegram. Along with it she wrote, "My profile picture shows that I take my job seriously. And I hope that when we talk about work again, we will take it seriously. I shouldn't really send my pictures since the company asked me to do this job, but I think we should communicate well with each other." So, are you ready to find out who this hottie Arlene really is? Then get comfortable, it's about to get interesting. Let's go. And year. The last seconds. Photo uploaded. Heart beats faster. Now I will finally find out who she is, that very Arlene. Search. Is in progress. And here it is. Are you serious? This is Hand Ursel, a famous actress. Millions of subscribers, glossy covers. And they tried to sell me this as a real company manager. That's it, the masks are off. Fake. Theater. Deception. Welcome to the world of Web3 GPT. And here's a photo of you on a horse. Yes, Arlene is so developed, she's mastering equestrian sports. This is a level, nothing less. Also that you believe, in front of you is a real businesswoman, a manager of a top company. In fact, it's a fake face, cut out from the vastness of the internet. The game goes on, friends. Now pay attention. Meet an influential person who turned out to be a manager for a friend of mine, whom I brought to the company myself. Yes, Web3 GPT knows how to impress. A personal manager for everyone. Beautiful faces, polite words. But all this is a screen behind which the same scheme is hidden. Meet Charles Edmond. He is a respected expert in the field of blockchain technologies. According to open sources, he works as a blockchain advisor at JP Chase and also has a PhD from Cambridge. And do you think he is somehow connected to Web3 GPT? Of course not. Even the video presenting the company Web3 GPT on YouTube is half fake. See for yourself. Look closely. The first photo is the original, a real photo from the action. The second is a fake. The same background, the same people, but the posters have been replaced. This is no longer just suspicion, this is direct evidence of deception. After endless promises and promises of smart arbitrage, I finally realized who is behind. Web3 GPT, a simple pyramid. Now there was no doubt that no one would return my money on deposit to me. I wanted to understand what game Arlene would play next. The main points of our dialogue afterwards were as follows. Your relatives and friends are the first candidates for training. Sounds good, but this is a requirement to pump up your network. Why only relatives? Are they afraid of exposure through online promotion? If you want to promote yourself online, don't choose this model. Typical excuse, to hell with IT marketing, we're under surveillance. Why do they ban online advertising? To hide the lack of a real audience. There are cameras in the office, we are under control. The manager, under risk, under pain of death, sternly demands your loyalty. Absurd, at the same time an honest British company and we control everyone. No real materials or evidence, only textbooks. Education is important. But you won't be given anything that can be independently verified. Instead of transparency, all pretty numbers and big promises. But this did not stop the pyramid. A week later I was disconnected for the second time and I realized that this was a vicious circle and that I needed to try to get my investment back. And decided to make this video so that everyone who wants easy money in the Web3 GPT project. Because of you, I lost $500. Arlene, my salary was cut by $500 because of you. Direct attempt to evoke guilt. Typical pressure pattern, I'm sacrificing myself for you. But you've already earned $1,769. Arlene, your deposit is $1,330 and you're withdrawing $1,769. Me, while my deposit is with you, I haven't earned anything. Profit is just numbers on the screen, you can't withdraw. I demand a refund of the deposit. Me, I want my $1,330 back. Arlene, wait for the contract. Then the signature. Then another department. Up to 90 days. And then the favorite game begins, excuses and delays. The conclusion depends on the legal department. There is no deadline. You need to wait patiently. I'm just a manager. How should I know? You didn't complete the robot's task. When I asked for my money back, you haven't co-classic. Pressure scheme, first they promise a refund. Then they turn on the guilt. Then moral pressure. In the end, you failed. Completed the task for a long time. You don't invite new users. The robot gave you a chance. Web3 GPT thinks you're selfish. Classic pressure scheme, first they promise a refund. Then they turn on the guilt. Then moral pressure. In the end, you failed. Now you can be sure that this project is a scam. What can we do in this situation? Report this scam now. Victims and whistleblowers can contact Action Fraud, UK's National Fraud and Cybercrime Reporting Centre. Serious Fraud Office, for complex or cross-border cases. In this video, I detail my story of being involved in a scam. I am posting this for the purpose of warning and information. Please share this material with those who may be at risk. The more people know, the harder it will be for scammers to continue their activities. Only by spreading information can we prevent such cases from happening again. Here is a list of information that you need to record and save for filing an application.